What you probably want to avoid is this happening. For those of you who know, the Ontario Expo was this past Sunday. It was actually so much fun, and if you guys missed it, just click up here because we have a little recap of what went on. Part of what went on was I went upstage to represent Quinceanera.com and our whole brand, and I was actually talking about YouTube. I was able to interact with everybody, which I totally loved. I was super nervous because that was my first time ever being the center of attention. I mean, everybody was just all eyes on me, watching my every move, and I was like, I just hope I don't mess up. But everything turned out to be good. So if you missed Ontario Expo, you still have a chance to attend one of these because we're gonna have one more at San Diego, October 15. So you can click up here to get your tickets now. If you're Hispanic, you know we have weird customs and traditions that many other cultures aren't used to. So for example, we usually have our pots and pans in the oven, not in different cabinets, because in different cabinets we usually have more food or Tupperware. I didn't think was weird until I went to my friend's house who's not Hispanic, and she had her pots and pans like all over the place in other cabinets, and she didn't have them under the oven like I was used to, because since my mom is always cooking and stuff, like you just reach over, like literally just reach over and get the pot and pan you're gonna use, and there, like voila. Now another weird thing that goes on typically in Hispanic parties, which means quinceañeras too, is when your guests fight over the centerpieces because they're trying to take them home, when sometimes they don't even realize they're for rent or they're not supposed to take them home, and they still fight for them. You might think it's weird, but it's really common, especially at quinceañeras. You can see this all the time. There was the point where I would look under the sink and I would see like these collection of centerpieces that my mom would take away and she wouldn't even use, so I don't even know what was her point of taking them. She would just take them for like a little collection she had. And I asked her, like, why do we even get these if you're not even gonna use them? And she'd just be like, it's for memories, es para el recuerdo. And I'd be like, this lady. Now I think we should prevent this from happening because it always ends up being extra drama at your quinceañera, and come on. We don't want that. Nobody wants that. One way to prevent your guests from stealing your centerpieces is having somebody on the lookout, preferably a scary looking uncle who's buff and big and perhaps looks like Thor. So he can just step in if he has to and, you know, do his duty by scaring your guests. You can even take matters into your own hand, and before the party, maybe during dinner or something, you can announce it. Just grab the mic from the DJ or something and just tell them like, yo, the centerpieces aren't to go, so just leave them on the table. I would really appreciate it, or something like that. Something else you can do so you won't have to worry about it and you won't have to put somebody in charge of it and responsible. You can just label it on the table. They can know, okay, we're not supposed to touch this, and they just leave it there. You can even turn it into a little game and have them play like pretty much like musical chairs in their table, but using napkins. And then the music stops and whoever keeps the napkin keeps the centerpiece, and voila, like everything's solved. It can actually turn out to be something really fun and cool. Or you can just simply attack them. Just, you know, wrestle them down with your big old dress and, you know, do your thing. That's it for today, but I will see you guys next week. So don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see more videos. And also, we're now featured on the homepage of Quinceaneradotcom, so you can always look at the most recent videos there, along with many other articles that we've wrote, including myself. Now, bye guys.